Good morning, Grinnell Tiger fans. It's the Tigers on the tournament trail, Class AA District Semifinals. We're here today for your Area Pioneer Seed Sales representatives, George Axmeer of Malcolm and Eugene Lang of Grinnell, Malcolm Stone Company, Grinnell Federal Savings and Loan, and Grinnell College, serving higher education for over 141 years. The Grinnell Tigers come into the tournament trail with one victory over Colfax Mingo, 73-53. Nevada, seeded in this tournament, drew a first-round bye, so this is their first night on the court. Nevada comes in with a record of 11-7 on the season. They finished 9-5 in the Heart of Iowa Conference. They were the number 4 ball club there. The Grinnell Tigers with a record of 8-11 on the season, and they finished 6-8 in the South Central Conference, and they too were the number 4 team in their conference. Both teams average about the same. Nevada with 61 points, Grinnell with 60.16 points. Defensively, though, the Nevada Cubs look a little tougher on paper. They only give up 54 points per game, while the Grinnell Tigers have given up 61.31 points per contest. Gigi's Hairstyling at 5th and Pearl of Grinnell, Grinnell Safe and Lock Company, Motel Grinnell, Best Western on Highway 146 off of I-80, south of Grinnell, and Oakland Acres Golf Course, all making this broadcast possible. Well, let's take a look at the starting lineup for these two ball clubs. Let's look at the Nevada Cubs first. Bud Friedley, the coach, says he'll start at a guard. Doug Ostrich, a 5'9 senior. Doug averages 11 points a game and 4.5 assists. The other guard will be Craig Valine, a 6-foot senior. He averages 8 points per game. The center is Jeff Wisniewski. He's 6'2", a senior, averaging 13 points, 11 rebounds, and 4.5 assists per contest. In the front line at the forwards, Tony Hakes, a 6-foot junior. He averages 8.5 points per contest. And Mike Cox is a 6'1 senior, averaging 7 points a game and 6 rebounds. Now, a key player in this game might be Mike Vincent, a 6'1 junior. Mike is averaging 14 points, but has been hampered due to an ankle injury. They say he's about 70%. He has played the last few games, but has come in off the bench. So it could very well be 14 points there sitting on the bench, and just how prolific he can be assisting the Cubs in this one might be a key, as these two teams look pretty even. For the Grinnell Tigers, let's take a look at the starting lineup. At the guards will be Matt Doty, a 5'9 junior, averaging 7.53 points per contest. Mark Brown, a 5'6 senior, averaging 6 points per game. At the center will be Jeff Collum. He's a 6'2 senior, averaging 13.95 points per contest. The forwards, Mark Liebeck, a 6'3 senior. He averages 14.53 points per game. And Dave Harris, a 5'11 junior, averaging 6.53 points per contest. And looking to the bench strength, at the guards, Dan Toney, a 5'11 junior, and Aaron Johnson, a 6-foot senior. And in the front line, DJ Lindquist, a 6'4 junior, and Doug Mindrup also will be probably the first two off the bench for the Tigers. So there's the starters and the strength off the bench for both ball clubs. And we're ready for the AA District Semifinals. The winner goes on to play tonight at Newton in a district final. We'll be back to find out just exactly who that is after we pause for this word from one of those Grinnell Tiger boosters. All set to go now, center circle. Out to jump will be Jeff Wisniewski for the Nevada Cubs against Jeff Collum. Circle set, ball is in the air, and it comes back down to Doug Ostrich. Ostrich will pass it ahead into front court to Craig Valine. He'll take it along the baseline, knocked out of there, and out of there comes Doty. Here comes the Tigers on the run. A bounce pass over. Brown stops, lets everybody go by, feeds off. It's up, and Liebeck puts it up, and it won't go. Right back, here comes Craig Valine into the front court, down the right side. Valine looks inside, bounces down, turnaround shot is up and good. Score that one for Tony Hakes. And it's Nevada 2, Tigers nothing. Here comes Mark Brown bringing it into front court of play. Brown now brings it to the right side. Doty out front will have a foul in there on Jeff Wisniewski. And that is his first foul on the Nevada Cubs. And it'll be the Tigers' ball inbounds underneath their own bucket. Mark Brown will come over and trigger it in. 7:23 to go. Get it to Liebeck in the corner. Three-pointer on the way. No. Inside, a rebound. Harris turns and puts it up. It's good. Dave Harris gets the first bucket. It's all tied up, 2-2. Let's bring it over near side of Mike Cox. Cox pushes it over far side. to Tony Hakes, and it's out of bounds. Tigers ball as it got past Craig Valine. 7:07 to go with the score 2-2. Tigers have it in the backcourt. Collum will bring it into Brown, and here they come. Tigers up across the mid-stripe now. Top of the circle, and we've got a bounce pass over to Doty. He'll take the wing shot. It's up and won't go. Liebeck tips it. It's off to Mike Cox. Pass ahead to Craig Valine. He'll take it up, and it's good. Craig Valine on the break. Makes it 4-2. Mark Brown. We've got AA officials here, that's for sure. They're letting them play inside. Bounce it down. Liebeck turns and fires. It's short. Rebound comes down. Craig Valine has it. He'll dump it off to Doug Ostrich. And a pass clear ahead down the baseline, out of bounds, as Jeff Wisniewski couldn't hold on to it. So it'll be right back to the Tigers. Nevada leads this one 4-2. We're in the first quarter. In the backcourt, it'll be Matt Doty to bring it up across the mid-stripe. Doty guarded out there by Doug Valine. Bring it over. Brown open from the wing. It's up and won't go. And the rebound pulled down by Wisniewski. Pass it ahead up to Ostrich. Ostrich, down it goes to Cox. Cox, nowhere to go. Now it's back out front to Valine. Valine on the point. And Nevada will set it up. Bounce it over, far side to Ostrich. Ostrich has it knocked away by Brown. It'll be the Cubs ball. 6:03 on the clock. Still 4-2. Nevada with that 2-point lead, and we'll play it in. Mike Cox will go over and trigger it in along the baseline on the right side. Bounce it out to Valine. Valine looks. Brown comes out, guards him. Now it passes down to Tony Hakes. And back out front it comes to Ostrich. Ostrich over to Valine. Back to Ostrich to Valine. Valine, he's got an 18-footer on the way. It's up and won't go, and the rebound is pulled down and put right back up. And good by Tony Hakes. It's 6-2. Nevada has a 4-point lead with 5:41 to go. Mark Brown will bring it into the front court. Pass it over to Doty. Doty on the wing. Back out. Around. Brown won't take the shot. Along the baseline. Back out. Doty fakes on the drive. It's over. Harris shot. Good. Dave Harris has 2 buckets now. It's 6-4. Pressure on as Doug Ostrich has it in the backcourt. Working against Mark Brown. Ostrich across the timeline. Out on the point. Takes it over far side of Valine. Valine looking. Now they go down, and the ball is tipped away by Doty, and a foul whistled on Doty. Matt Doty picks up the first foul here for the Tigers. Each team has 1 foul. It'll be inbounds for the Nevada Cubs with 5:09 on the clock. Nevada leads this one 6-4. They play it inbounds. Steal by Harris. Here come the Tigers. 3 on no break. Over Brown. It's up, and a foul is called on Doug Ostrich. That's the first foul on Ostrich. Brown was fouled in the act of shooting. Harris should probably have taken it over to the left side. The only defender was on his right and broke up the play. But Mark Brown will go up to the free throw line. He hit 69.39% from that free throw line on the season. Mark takes his duly amounted number of dribbles, puts a shot up, and it's short. Won't go. Mark has had some problems at that free throw line on the season, hitting about 10 percentage points behind where he'd like to. Second shot is up, and it's good. 6-5, Tigers with the pressure on, and it'll be Ostrich that'll bring the ball up now against Mark Brown. Ostrich behind the back dribble into the front court. Take it over on the left side. On the wing now to Wisniewski. Wisniewski, long pass. It goes off the hand of Tony Hakes, and it's Tigers ball. Over to play it in will be Jeff Collum on the sidelines. Collum plays it in, and Doty will bring it up into the front court. Tigers on the attack. Doty with the ball, now up the middle. He's got it open, dumps it off to Collum. Collum head fake, now up, and it's short. Rebound down to Valine. Valine ahead to Ostrich, and the Cubs will set it up. Ostrich back out to Valine. Now back to Ostrich. Over near side of Wisniewski. Wisniewski in high post, ball stolen away by Brown. Tigers come up with it. Brown passes ahead to Collum. Collum back out front to Brown. Brown down to Harris. Harris in the corner. Out it goes to Doty. Doty on the drive. Fakes. Shot is up. Partially blocked. It's tipped. Tipped again. Doty has it. Doty down to the baseline. Takes the jumper. Short. Doty goes for it, reaching in on Matt Doty. That's his second foul. There's 3:59 to go here in your first quarter. Let's call time in for this word from one of those Tiger Tournament boosters. Matt Doty goes out. Aaron Johnson comes in. You've got Johnson, Collum, Harris, Brown, and Liebeck in there right now. Pass it ahead into the front court. Mike Vinzant will put it up. It's good. Vinzant into the ball game. He'll score, and it's 8-5, a three-point lead for Nevada. Into the front court. Brown has it. Brown down. Bounces down to Harris in the corner. And we're going to have a foul whistled inside on Mike Cox, and that'll be Mike's first foul. That's the third team foul on Nevada. So it'll be inbounds for the Grinnell Tigers. Mark Liebeck comes over to pass it in underneath. Now he'll go out, and Brown will come in. And we'll toss it in the corner. Bounce it in to Collum. He lost the handle, picked up by Cox. Now it's over with the ball into the front court. It'll be Doug Ostrich. Ostrich out front, working on Brown. Now drives it all the way. Hits the rim, nothing there. Brown has the ball, almost knocked away from him. Now slows it down, and will bring it at the front court. Tigers trail by 3. There's a pass into Collum. He falls down. Ball picked up by Mike Cox. Mike could be a nice linebacker on a football team. Pass the ball ahead to Vinzant. That's his shot. It's up and no, won't go. Rebound inside. It's up and good. That's Tony Hakes, and he's got 6. And it's 10-5 with 3:05 to go. Aaron Johnson will bring it up across the timeline. 3 minutes to go here in your first quarter. Liebeck has the ball out front to Brown. Brown takes it over. Aaron Johnson from the corner. No. Ball tipped around. Here's a pass ahead. Up it goes to Valine. Valine down to Vinzant. And back out it comes to Ostrich, who will set it up on the point. Over to Vinzant. On the wing. Fadeaway jumper. Yes. Vinzant. He'll bring a shoulder into you, then he'll bring it up and fade back and away, and he's intimidated you and pushed you away. Some folks might call that a foul. These officials haven't yet. It's 12-5. Harris with the ball. Back out to Brown. Back out to Johnson. Over to Brown. Brown on the wing. It's up, and the guards just aren't doing anything. Ball is tipped. It'll go out of bounds. It'll be Nevada Cubs ball. 2:10 on the clock. It's 12-5. Nevada, this is a wide floor, and the Cubs are using it. They spread that offense out. Tigers aren't used to covering as much territory here. Ahead to Valine. Back out to Ostrich, to Valine on the wing. Now they go inside. It's all alone. It's up and good. Jeff Wisniewski. And the foul on Liebeck. Mark Liebeck with his third foul. It's 14-5, and that was a foul in the act of shooting, so Wisniewski goes up there to the free throw line. DJ Lindquist comes in. Dave Harris comes out, trying to get a little more height in there. Wisniewski hitting 60% from the free throw line. Puts it up, no good. And the rebound comes down to the Cubs. Ostrich has it, now takes the jumper. It's good. 16-5, Nevada with a lead. Tigers haven't been able to click here in the first part of the quarter. Brown with the ball, will set it back up. Take it over to Johnson, down to Liebeck, turns and fires, yes! Mark Liebeck, his first bucket. 16-7. Pass it ahead, far side. With it, it's Valine. Valine on the drive, and we've got a foul on Liebeck. And that is the second foul on Liebeck here in your first quarter. That's the fourth team foul. There's 2 on Doty, 2 on Liebeck. It'll be inbounds for the Cubs. Over there, triggered in, Tony Hakes. Hakes brings it in to Valine. Valine out front. There's a steal by Johnson. Johnson comes down. Will put it up, and it is no good. Put up by Brown, no good. And the Tigers get the steal and can't convert on 2 layups. Ostrich has it now. Minute 12 to go. Pass it over far side to Vinzant. Down in the corner to Wisniewski. Back out to Ostrich, and we've got a foul underneath. Traveling called. Bucket went through. There's a break for the Tigers. 16-7 with a minute 5 to go. Tigers need a couple of quick buckets to get back in this ball game. They trail by 9 with 1 minute left in the first quarter. Mark Brown has it. Out front to Johnson. Aaron Johnson takes it over near side. Liebeck out. Johnson out front. Good. Aaron Johnson hits it from out front. 16-9. 42 seconds to go. With the ball, it's Tony Hakes. Hakes gets the ball up to Ostrich. They pass down to Van Zandt. Van Zandt into the paint. Turnaround shot is up and good by Wisniewski. Can't give him the ball in the middle. It's 18-9 with 27 seconds. They're going to go for one here. 22 seconds. Brown up over to Liebeck. Go inside to DJ Lindquist. And we've got a foul on Van Zandt. And that is the first foul on Van Zandt, the fourth team foul. Coming into the lineup is Tracy Brown. Going out to get a rest is Craig Valine with 17 seconds on the clock. Tigers will play it in. Both teams with 4 fouls apiece. Bring it into Aaron Johnson, 17 seconds. Out to Brown. Over to Liebeck. Back out to Brown. 12 seconds. Aaron Johnson out to Brown. 9 seconds. 8 seconds. Aaron Johnson in. Collum shot is up and yes! Jeff Collum gets his first bucket in the ball game. 1 second. There's your quarter. The score, Nevada 18 and Grinnell 11. We'll be back with the second quarter of play after this word from one of those Tiger Tournament boosters. Ready to go with that second quarter of play. Nevada 18, Grinnell 11. For Grinnell, 4 points for Dave Harris, 2 points each for Mark Liebeck, Jeff Collum, Aaron Johnson, and 1 for Mark Brown. Grinnell hit 5 of 17 for 29.41%. For Nevada, 6 points for Tony Hakes, 4 for Jeff Wisniewski and Mike Van Zandt, 2 each for Doug Ostrich and Greg Valine. Tigers take it in. Shot is up and no good by Collum. Here comes Nevada. Nevada hit 9 of 12 in the first quarter, 75%. Over on the near side, Wisniewski goes in, and we're going to have an offensive foul called inside, and that'll be whistled on Tracy Brown. First foul on Tracy Brown. That's the 5th team foul. So that was a ball control foul, by the way. They won't shoot the free throws. So from here on in, though, the Tigers will be shooting free throws. Bring it down into the front court. Doty with the ball, stolen away in there by Doug Ostrich. Ostrich going to go down for the layup and scores. Pass ahead to Liebeck. Liebeck looking inside, bounces back out now. 20-11. Aaron Johnson takes it up, and we're going to have a blocking foul. That's going to be called in there on Van Zandt. Mike Van Zandt. They moved over and really put the pinch on Aaron Johnson. Aaron will get to go to the free throw line. He'll shoot the 1-on-1. Aaron hitting 40% on the season from that free throw line. He'd sure like to improve that percentage here. Coming off the bench now, Craig Valine. Going out is Mike Van Zandt. Johnson at that free throw line, takes a deep breath, puts it up. It's a little hard. Rebound to DJ Lindquist. No, lost it. Picking it up is Tracy Brown. He'll pass it ahead up to Craig Valine. Now over to Doug Ostrich, and it's 20-11. Here's a top of the key shot. It's up and no good. Ball knocked loose. Who has it? We've got Ostrich scooping it up. Everybody was on the floor. Pass it over near side. Wisniewski, an 18-footer. Yes! Whoa! The big guy, the guy they call the center, just hit one from the three-point line, except his tennies were on it. 22-11. Liebeck with the ball. Liebeck, the jumper. No, off the rim, gets his own shot down the baseline, puts it up, no good. And we're going to have an offensive foul on Mark Liebeck. Liebeck with his 3rd foul. Dave Harris comes in, Mark Liebeck goes out. 22-11, 11-point lead here for Nevada with 6:42 to go. Tigers play it in. Tony Hakes with the ball. Hakes gets it back over to Ostrich. Ostrich into the front court of play. Bounce it over on the far side to Valine. Valine out front to Ostrich. To Valine on the wing, right side. Back out top of the circle to Wisniewski. To Valine. Valine bounces down. Open shot is up and good. Tony Hakes. Oh, he whipped somebody inside. He wheeled around and was all alone. It's 24-11. A 13-point lead, the biggest in the ball game. Harris has it. Harris out front. Bounced it off a Tenney, and it should be Grinnell's ball. It went off somebody's toe in there, and it'll be the Tigers' ball. Aaron Johnson goes out. Dan Toney comes in. Also coming in is Mike Cox, and going out is Tracy Brown for Nevada. Doty with the ball. Doty back to Toney. Tony near side to Harris. Harris bounces out to Doty. Doty to the free throw line. Jumper, good. Matt Doty puts it up and through. He's going to have to do some more of that. 24-13. 5:43 to go. Bounce it ahead. Here's a pass over Wisniewski, and we'll have a blocking foul. No, we're going to have an offensive charge. Jeff Wisniewski with his second foul. 5:38. They didn't put the hand behind the head, and I thought it was a blocking call, but they called an offensive charge. Hit the front court. Here comes Doty. Doty to the free throw line. Over Tony. Baseline shot, up and no. Ball knocked away. Wisniewski, the outlet pass. Up to Valine. And there's a steal by Tony to DJ Lindquist. It's up and no, won't go. Was under the bucket a little far. Here's a long pass. Turnaround shot is up and good by Doug Ostrich. He just stayed back under his own bucket. 26-13. Tigers take 2 steps forward, and Nevada's right there taking them right back. Doty with the ball. Push it over to Tony. Tony out front. Harris to the wing. Back over to Tony. Back out to Doty. Doty near side to Harris. Harris to Tony in the paint. Up and good. Nice shot by Dan Tony. His first bucket in the ball game. 26-15. Down to 11 points. Into the front court. Ostrich has it. He bounces it over to Valine. Valine out front to Cox. Now to Ostrich. Ostrich on the point. They really spread that offense out. Over to Valine. They go inside. Turnaround jumper is up and good by Ostrich. A little give and go inside. He's got 3 buckets this quarter. 4:17, and it's 28-15. Grinnell going to have to climb back into this one a little bit at a time. Tony goes inside to Lindquist, and they'll call a push-off. Nope, they'll call Mike Cox with a pushing off there. I thought they were going to catch DJ Lindquist with a push-off, but they didn't. And DJ will go to the free throw line. DJ Lindquist hit 62.5% at that free throw line. He has not scored yet in the ball game. 7 different players have scored for the Tigers. This will be the 8th player with a chance to score here. There's 4:09 on the clock. It's 28-15. Tigers need every little point they can get. DJ puts it up. It won't go. Rebound is pulled down by Cox. Cox pushes it ahead to Wisniewski. Wisniewski into the front court. He'll dump it back to Ostrich. Ostrich will set it up. Boy, they spread it out on this wide floor. There's a lob. There's a tip by Harris. Batted away. Collum has it. Collum gets it up to Doty, and here comes Doty into the front court to play. Doty will bring it out front, almost stolen by Ostrich. Back over to Harris. Harris with the ball to Tony. Tony tries to penetrate. Here's Harris with a screen. It's short. Harris gets his own shot. Right back up and good. Dave Harris. He has 6 points. 28-17. Down to 11 points. Ostrich behind the back dribble and into the front court he comes. 3:21 on the clock. Here's a drive by Wisniewski, and we'll have a blocking foul called on Tony. He slid over, got his position, but not soon enough, and Dan Tony picks up his first foul. There's 3:15 to go here in your first half of play. Let's call time in for this word from one of those Tiger Tournament boosters. Jeff Wisniewski goes to the free throw line. He is 0 for 1 there in the ballgame, hitting 60% on the season. His first shot is up and good. He'll get the second shot. Second shot is up and it's good. He has a total of 8 points now in the ballgame, and it's 30-17. Tony with the ball out front. He'll just drive all the way. Ball won't go, but we've got a reaching in called on Doug Ostrich, and that's his second foul. Well, there are 4 players with 2 fouls each. Ostrich, Wisniewski, Cox, and Vinzant all have 2 apiece. Tracy Brown with 1. 9 fouls on Nevada. Mark Liebeck has 3, Matt Doty 2, and Dan Tony with 1 for 6 for the Tigers. It'll be Dan Tony at the free throw line. Dan has not been there yet in the ball game. He hits 42.86%. That first one is good. Crawls up and over. 30-18. Second shot is up and it's good. 2 of them for Dan Tony, and it's 30-19. Pass it into Wisniewski, up to Ostrich, and Ostrich traveled. So it's right back to the Tigers. 3:06 on the clock, and the Tigers have a chance to trim that lead down below 10 points here. Jeff Collum will play it in. Bring it in to Doty. Doty with the ball. Top of the circle. Now over to Tony. Tony penetrates. He'll put the jumper up. It won't go. Wisniewski pulls it down. Up into the front court. Pass ahead to Kip Kellogg in there now. We'll dump it back to Ostrich. Ostrich between the circles. Ostrich going to take it on the drive. Blocked by Doty, and the jumper's up and won't go. Inside. Shot up and won't go again. Here comes Tony with it. Tony going to bring it down and puts it up, and it's good. And there's a foul on Doug Ostrich, his third. The ball went through for Dan Tony. He has 6 points this quarter, and he'll go to try for the three-point play. It's 30-21, and the Tigers can trim this down to 8 points with this field free throw attempt. Ostrich goes out. Coming back in is Valine. You got Valine and Toot in there. Here's shot is up and good. Dan Tony's shot is up and good. It's 30-22, down to 8 points with 2:27 to go. Bounce it over and into the front court. It's Kip Kellogg. He'll pass down all alone in the lane. The shot is up and won't go in there by Eric Toot, and the Tigers have it right back with 2:16 to go. Doty out front with the ball. Drives, bounces over. Tony with the ball. Cross-court pass to Doty. He's all alone. Shot, won't go. Collum tries to pull it down. Wisniewski has it. Passes ahead to Hakes. Hakes lost the dribble and gets it down to Tony. Here come the Tigers. Tony going to take it down through the middle. He stops, gets it back over to DJ Lindquist and back out to Doty. Doty, top of the circle to Tony. Tony, free throw line. Shot is up. No. A rebound right down to Jeff Wisniewski. Seems like they know where to play the rim off of this. There's always a Cub there for the rebound. A minute 31 on the clock. It's 30-22. Tigers had a chance to trim it down to 6 and couldn't do it. Over on the far side, Wisniewski. There's a tip in. Batted away. Here's the outlet pass. Doty has it. He'll take it down to the bucket. It's up and won't go. Tip up won't go. And Eric Toot pulls down the rebound. Pass it ahead to Hakes. Hakes, the jumper, yes. Back to 10 points. These officials are letting them play. I guess that's what you call it. Out front, Tony has it. Tony out front to Doty. Doty going to bring it down, bounce it to Collum. Back out to Doty. Doty back into Collum. He'll turn and fire. It's good. Jeff Collum gets his second bucket. 32-24. 40 seconds on the clock. And a foul on Tony. Dan Tony picks up foul number 2 for reaching in. So we walk down to the Nevada end of the court. Tony Hakes will be shooting free throws. Doty goes out. Mark Brown comes in. Tony Hakes hit 60% at the free throw line. He hasn't been there yet in the ball game. Free throw is up. It's good. 33-24. It's back now to 9 points. Second shot for Hakes is up and it won't go, and the rebound comes off to the Tigers. Harris has it. 35 seconds. It's 33-24. Here comes Tony into the front court. Over it goes to Harris. Harris out front to Brown. Brown at the free throw line. Back over to Harris. Harris looks out to Tony. Tony dumps it off to Harris. Harris keeps looking at the clock. Out front to Tony. 15 seconds. Here comes Tony down to the baseline. Back out to Brown. To Collum. 9 seconds. To Brown. Brown will drive. Bounces over to Harris. Down to Collum. Jumper up. Yes! Worked it nice. 1 second. There's your half. The score. Nevada 33. Grinnell 26. We'll be back to look at that first half of scoring after this word from one of those Tiger Tournament boosters. Let's take a look at the scoring. Nevada has 33 points and with the lead. They have one player in double figures. That is Tony Hakes with 11. 8 points for Doug Ostrich and 8 for Jeff Wisniewski. 4 points for Mike Vinzant, and 2 points for Craig Valine. Nevada in that first half went 15 of 22 for 68.18%. Now let's take a look at the Tigers. Have no one in double figures. We have 7 points for Dan Toney, 6 points each for Jeff Collum and Dave Harris. There is 2 points for Mark Liebeck, Aaron Johnson, and Matt Doty, and 1 point for Mark Brown. And the Tigers, 11 of 33 for 33% in the first half of play. So the Tigers, only down by 7 here, actually, are holding pretty close with 33% as adverse to 68% from the field. Our broadcast brought to you by some fine sports boosters. They include your area Pioneer Seed Sales representatives, George Axmer of Malcolm and Eugene Lang of Grinnell, Malcolm Stone Company, Grinnell Federal Savings and Loan Association, and Grinnell College, serving higher education for over 141 years. At the end of the first quarter, Nevada led at 18-11, and here at halftime it's 33-26. Gigi's Hairstyling at 5th and Pearl in Grinnell, Grinnell Safe and Lock Company, Motel Grinnell Best Western on Highway 146 off of I-80 in Grinnell, and Oakland Acres Golf Course, making our broadcast possible. Well, halftime always means news time, so we're going to send you back to our studios for 5 minutes of the latest news. This is KGRN 1410 with studios in downtown Grinnell, Iowa. Welcome back now to the second half of basketball action. We have Nevada and Grinnell in a district semifinal. Making our broadcast possible here this morning, your area Pioneer Seed Sales representatives, George Axmer of Malcolm and Eugene Lang of Grinnell, Malcolm Stone Company, Grinnell Federal Savings and Loan Association, Grinnell College, serving higher education for over 141 years, Gigi's Hairstyling at 5th and Pearl in Grinnell, Grinnell Safe and Lock Company, Motel Grinnell Best Western on Highway 146 off I-80 in Grinnell, and Oakland Acres Golf Course. Pleased to be making this broadcast possible. Nevada leads this one 33-26. Nevada will get the ball to play it in at the start of the second half. Officials have everybody set, waiting for the ball cart to get off the floor. It is, and here come the Cubs with the ball. Doug Ostrich behind the back dribble into the front court of play. Ostrich comes over on the near side to Vinzant. Vinzant goes in. Ostrich turns and fires. It's up and good. Doug Ostrich puts it up and through. 35-26, a 9-point lead. Mark Brown with the ball. Brown takes it over to Liebeck. Liebeck takes it into the paint. Jumper from the free throw line. Yes! Mark Liebeck puts it up and through with the ball. Ostrich takes it over to Cox. Cox to Wisniewski. Down to Vinzant. Vinzant jumps, scores. Vinzant. Well, the Tigers and the Cubs have traded baskets here, and now it's the Tigers' turn. Here comes Doty. Back in, layup, driving layup, no, won't go. Rebound pulled off of there. Into the front court, and it's out of bounds. Last touched by Mark Brown, I think. And so it'll be the Cubs' ball. Cox will play it in. Mike Cox looks, bounces down into the corner. Wisniewski, and we're going to have a foul on Doty. Matt Doty gets foul number 3. Nevada is breaking people through the middle, and the Tigers are getting caught behind. Bounce it in to Vinzant. Vinzant will take it up, and it's short. Collum has the ball tipped away. Liebeck up with it over to Brown. 37-28. Up into the front court. Here comes Brown into paint. The jumper, yes! Mark Brown scores his first field goal. It's 37-30. With the ball, Hakes will bring it into the front court with a bounce now to Ostrich. Over to Vinzant. Blocked by Harris. Dave Harris. Harris with his first foul. That should be in the act of shooting, and Vinzant will go up there. Now, Vinzant hit 60% from the field, but you put him at the free throw line with nobody with a hand in his face, and he only hits 48%. Coach still hasn't tried to figure that one out. Bud Freely says just doesn't do that well at the free throw line, and didn't that time. Missed it. He'll get the second shot. And it's up, and it's good. 38-30. Here come the Tigers into the front court. Brown has it. Back out to Doty. Over to Liebeck. Liebeck Into the middle. Brown, free throw line. Yes! Mark Brown has 2 in a row. 38-32, down to 6 points. And it's Ostrich in the front court of play. Ostrich brings it down to Wisniewski. Wisniewski on the drive into the paint. It's up, and yes. He threaded his way through some heavy traffic there. Give him an A for effort and 2 points, and it's 40-32. 6:10 on the clock. Mark Brown going to come right back. Into the paint, the jumper. No, it's short. Gets his own rebound. Up and good. Mark Brown, 3 in a row. It's 40-34. 5:58 to go in the backcourt. Tony Hakes has it. Pass it ahead to Ostrich. Ostrich brings it down. Knocked out of bounds by Liebeck. He played his zone, his area well that time and reached out and flicked the pass out of bounds. So it'll be Nevada Cubs ball in their own front court. Bounce it in now, out front to Ostrich. Ostrich, guarded by Brown. Ostrich, bounces, down, Cox, the jumper, no. Rebound, Doty. Here come the Tigers. Into front court. Doty with the ball, out front. Bounces over to Brown. Brown, the jumper, it's up and in and out. Cox brings it down. Tigers had a chance to really work on it, and Brown, feeling he was on a hot streak, missed the shot. Now Brown fouls. 40-34, and it's Nevada's ball in their own front court. 5:24 to go. Ball inbounds. Now Ostrich will bring it back into the front court. Vinzant back out to Ostrich. Ostrich to Vinzant on the wing. Out front to Cox, high post. He'll dump it back with Wisniewski over to Vinzant. Vinzant back out, Ostrich. Vinzant, inside it goes. Turnaround jumper is up and good by Tony Hakes. Hakes has 13. Averages 8.5. It's back to an 8-point lead with 4.5 minutes to go in your third quarter. Take it over to Doty. Doty looks inside, goes to Collum. No, it's Harris. Back over outside the column now. Now to Doty. Doty back out to Brown. Take it to Harris on the left side. And we've got a reaching in foul called on Cox. And Mike Cox picks up his third foul. He has 1 in each quarter. Tracy Brown will check in. Mike Cox comes out. Tigers will play it in. Play it in. Liebeck, a three-pointer on the way. It's short. Gets his own rebound. Out to Brown. Here's Doty. Back out to Brown. Brown, he'll take the jumper. It's up and oh, it won't go, but he was fouled by Vinzant, and that's the third foul on Vinzant. There are 3 Cubs with 3 fouls. Doug Ostrich, Mike Cox, and Mike Vinzant all have 3. Off the bench comes Craig Valine. Out comes Vinzant. Vinzant's the player, remember, that has the ankle injury. They say he's about 70%. Mark Brown at the free throw line. First one is no good. He's 1 out of 3. He'll get the second shot anyway. It's up, and that one's good. 2 out of 4. 4:21 to go. Ostrich has the ball tipped away. Now brings it into the front court. Tipped out. It'll be Tigers' ball. Oh, the official missed that one. Collum tipped it off a shoulder of one of the Nevada Cubs, and they're going to give it to the Cubs. Wisniewski from the corner. It's up and won't go. Ball down to Hakes. He scores. Well, there's 2 points you can give to the officials. 44-35, back to 9 points. 4:01 to go. Mark Brown off to Harris. Harris looks out front to Doty. Over to Brown on the left side. In the paint. Harris up and scores. Harris through the lane has 8 points. 44-37, back to 7 points. Tigers just playing even. With the ball ahead, Tracy Brown gets it up. Now to Wisniewski. He'll go inside. Jumper up by Brown is good. Tracy Brown gets his first bucket. And now the Tigers are back to playing the 9-point game. 46-37. Brown, the jumper. No, won't go. Doty with the ball. He'll take it. In column, turns and fires. Yes, there's your percentage shot. You need to get it inside. 46-39, a 7-pointer, and we've got a jump ball. Alternate possession gives it to the Tigers. D'Antoni checks in, Mark Brown goes out. 3:07 on the clock. Let's call time in for this word from one of those basketball boosters.